Hey everybody, this is Flippin Ain't Easy, and wanted to drop another video. Haven't really done one in a little while, but wanted to discuss what we're doing here during this pandemic, the shutdown, and kind of give you an update on sales and things that we're going through. I'm here at liquidation.com again, and I'm picking up a large pallet of electronic robot vacuum cleaners, and so I had to kind of bid up these up to about, I think it was $1,900 plus a 10% fee for liquidation.com, but these I believe were about 11,000 MSRP, so I'm right in the 86-87% range, and so I'm only invested like 13 to 14% MSRP, which is great because these things are hot sellers. So I'll give you an idea of what I'm going to be getting like I did in the last video, but I also kind of want to talk to you about some other things. So without any further ado, let's go. So if you run into any problems with your account, whether it's a problem buyer, situation with the return, something that you would normally reach out to eBay for help, go on to ebay.com/seller help, and you'll be able to get someone that will help you. And not only that, it seems like the people they have answering the emails have been very good. I don't get any generic answers as I was expecting. I get the assistance I'm asking for, and I'm quite happy with that, and it's something that I plan on using when things get back to normal. Is that even going to happen? Well, like I said, I'm here waiting for this pallet. I want to show you a video of what I'm getting like I did last time, so you can get an idea of what these appliance pallets look like when you get them, because I know some of you may be turned off by the idea of buying a pallet. I had a situation the other day that occurred where a buyer bought a coffee grinder from me, and I've never done this before. Using Pirate Ship, I was copy and paste their address information, and for whatever reason the apartment number didn't show up. I didn't get their apartment number on the label. So of course he gets notification that there was a no delivery attempt because there's no address, and so it's back at the post office. So he sent me a message, and I confirmed it. I checked the label, and it's correct. I made a mistake. So I tried to call the USPS.com, and they left me on hold for a good hour. Nobody answered, and I figured, well, they're just not there. They didn't set up their phone system to state that they're not open. I emailed him and told him that there's really not anything I can do on my end to go to the post office, file a report at the post office, and see if they can reroute it to your address. Well, he didn't want to do that. He stated he didn't want to do that, and that he wanted a refund, and he wouldn't wait for the item to be returned either. He wanted it right away. So I told him, eBay will not protect sellers. If I was to refund him his money, he could potentially receive that item. Maybe the carrier will take it to his manager at his apartment complex, or they'll figure out what apartment he's in. And so I didn't want to be in the position where I was going to refund a $60 item and be left with no product either. So of course I told him, please be patient with me. I'll answer any questions you have during this process, but please give it a few more days. So he goes in, he leaves a negative feedback. So for me, that's sort of, I'll still talk to you, but that is sort of the worst thing as a buyer you can do to a seller. That's the biggest insult that a buyer can give to a seller, especially one that's answered every message that you've sent within 5 minutes of sending it, and been as very apologetic and as helpful as I can possibly be. Even before he sent that negative feedback, I told him in a message that, look, if the tracking information shows that it's being returned back to me, I'll give you your money back before I get the item. But I need to know that the item is being sent back before I do that. And I even offered him a 50% refund and to resend the item back to him because of what happened. I felt bad. This type of thing doesn't happen. I always double check my labels. But for him to send a negative feedback after that was just wrong. So I reached out to eBay through that ebay.com/sellerhelp, and to my surprise, they answered me within 2 or 3 hours and stated that there was a delivery attempt, and that's all that they count. Whether or not he got it, that's not relevant. So the complaint he filed through eBay as well, that he didn't receive it, was dismissed. And in addition to that, he actually, after sending the negative feedback, went in and filed for a return. So I sent him a message and I asked him, how can you file a return when you haven't even received the item? This is a false case. I've done everything to try to help you, for you to file a return, and eBay makes you buy a label within a certain amount of time. I didn't want to have to buy a return label for something I knew he never received. So I sent another message to eBay through Seller Help, and they closed the case. They closed the return. As it turned out, 2 days later, he got the package. It was delivered. And of course, he didn't say anything to me. And the fact that I had to fight just to keep my account clean for something, yes, I made a mistake. I was apologetic, but there shouldn't be any type of repercussions when you make an honest mistake. So that was my situation. I don't know if any of you have had a similar situation, even lately, with no support. Let us know if you've encountered anything like this. Have you used the eBay Seller Help? Has it been helpful? Has it been helpful to you? And I'm going to show you right now what I'm getting. It's pulling up, and we'll talk about it. I just received the pallet, signed for it, and as you can see, I have these Roomba robot cleaners. A lot of these go between, I'd say, $200 and some cases $1,000. I don't think I have any of them in the high end. So, my cost on this is about, after what I paid and what the per item cost is about $50 per unit. And so, box quality tells me that the contents should be okay. And you got a lot of loose items up here, dirt devils and steamers and things like that. Sell those in used condition, make sure that they work. Chances are about 75% of these will work perfectly. The other 25% I can part out. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. And so I believe we're dealing with about 45 to 50 total pieces here. And what I love about this more than anything is that these are very shippable, meaning that they're under 18 inches in any given dimension. And for me, that means that I can do the polybag bubble wrap method that I have. If you haven't seen that method, check out one of my one of my first videos that I put together. So these are open box customer return items. So that means I can get anything from brand new to just beat up and not working, right? So I'm counting on something somewhere in between. Based on what I've seen, they look like just one of those things where people bought them, tried it out, and so I'll take those same vacuums and sell them for $250, maybe $300, depending on condition. So that's it. What do you think? Send me some messages down below. Give me some likes and subscribe, because we're trying to build this channel. I think we have a lot of good information. Give me a like if you didn't know about the eBay Seller Help bit that we talked about. That's helped me tremendously. And if you have any other questions, I have a lot of expertise on eBay policy, and I can probably help you out. And if not, maybe do some research to find an answer for you. So please leave that below, subscribe, and we'll see you very soon.